Hello and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News on this Wednesday, October 22nd. I'm Grant Olson. Here's some of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A new online tool from the Washington State Department of Health will help people in Washington State see where measles exposures may have occurred. The Squaw Cane unit of the Chelan Wildlife area reopened today after it was closed earlier this month due to the lower Sugarloaf fire. Expect another day with clouds and mild temperatures tomorrow with big weather changes on the way by Friday. Your full local weather forecast is straight ahead. A Bridgeport woman is dead following a two-car head-on accident Tuesday afternoon on Highway 97, about a mile north of the Beebe Bridge. The Washington State Patrol says 42-year-old Masaria Ambriz Espino was driving a 2007 Hyundai Sonata northbound. It was about 2:40 p.m. when a southbound Ford F-350 pickup crossed the center line and struck her vehicle. Espino was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the pickup, 52-year-old Wayne Hensley of East Wenatchee, was taken to Lake Chelan Medical with unknown injuries. Yesterday's accident occurred at almost the exact same location as Saturday's two-car collision that hospitalized 6 people. Troopers say it's unknown whether drugs or alcohol were a factor in the crash. The East Wenatchee City Council Tuesday night tabled a resolution to change its banner display policy following more than an hour of comments from the public in the Eastmont Junior High Auditorium. Our media partner, the Wenatchee World, reports that a little over 100 people attended Tuesday's meeting, where council members were poised to discuss changes to the city's process to approve submitted banners and place them on light poles across the city. An overwhelming majority of participants voiced their concern over a potential ban on the pride flags that the North Central Washington Equity Alliance provides during the month of June. 4 council members suggested revisions, which include removing equity and diversity as one of the approved banner themes and having all banner applications come before City Council for final approval. Council members tabled the resolution until their next regular meeting, November 4th. The current banner display policy remains in effect. An East Wenatchee woman is facing a possible 10-day jail term plus an agreement to repay more than $25,000 after pleading guilty to embezzling from her employer. 52-year-old Maria Trujillo entered a plea in Douglas County Court to first-degree theft after stealing the money from the East Wenatchee Septic Service, where she worked as a clerical staffer. Douglas County Sheriff's detectives began investigating the thefts in 2022. They say Trujillo took credit card payments designated to the business and funneled them into her own personal accounts. She's scheduled for sentencing before Judge Brian Huber on November 10th. A new online tool from the Washington State Department of Health will help people in Washington State see where measles exposures may have occurred. The department launched its measles exposure location tracker this week to identify public places where a person with measles has recently traveled. Measles is a highly contagious disease that spreads through the air when a sick person breathes, coughs, sneezes, or speaks. Measles can cause life-threatening complications, especially in children and unvaccinated people. The tool, available on the DOH's website, is meant to help people determine if they may have been exposed and take appropriate preventative measures. When we come back, the Labor Mountain and Lower Sugarloaf fires are all but finished by a combination of hard work and weather, and the Chelan County PUD will begin selling its excess electricity on a brokerage market called Markets Plus. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
You won't be voting for Congress or the presidency this year, but local elections are the place where your voice can make the most difference. Wenatchee Valley candidates are lining up to serve on city councils and school boards on both sides of the Columbia River. NCWLIFE put all of them in the hot seat so you can find the ones who represent you the best. Watch our interviews at these times and dates right here on our channel, or anytime online at ncwlife.com. You're watching the NCWLIFE channel. Your vote matters to us.
there's no place like home. Because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories. And we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Call Alpine Air Heating and Cooling today. Your comfort is their priority.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459.
The Labor Mountain and Lower Sugarloaf wildfires are all but finished by a combination of hard work and weather. That's the word today from Northwest Incident Team 3, which is managing the response to those fires, each about 43,000 acres in size. Rain and snow have cooperated to help reach 92% containment on Labor Mountain, where about 290 people continued to reinforce defensive lines today. Meanwhile, the Lower Sugarloaf is at 99% containment. Both fires are expected to be fully contained by November 1st, exactly 2 months after they were sparked by lightning. Operations Chief Brett Thomas said the large-scale incident crews will demobilize this week as the barriers around those fires are built up.
Our focus certainly is over on Sugarloaf for a smaller organization, and that organization will continue to kind of neck down, and we do have a planned shift out there again for tomorrow. Just to note, this will be our last, if you will, using Facebook to update kind of, from a live perspective of our operational plans for these two incidents. It's been a pleasure to keep folks informed out across our communities, and we thank you for watching and paying attention.
The Swakane unit of the Chelan Wildlife Area reopened today after it was closed earlier this month due to the Lower Sugarloaf wildfire. According to the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife, a portion of the wildlife area was burned as the nearly 43,000-acre fire spread. The reopening includes the Swakane shooting range. Fish and Wildlife is encouraging people to visit the U.S. Forest Service website to check which roads and trails in the area are still closed. Visitors are also asked to respect closed roads and areas for their safety and the safety of those fighting and cleaning up after the fire. The Chelan County PUD will begin selling its excess electricity on a brokerage market called Markets Plus. Commissioners for the publicly owned utility voted Monday to approve the step. The PUD says joining the centralized energy market will help sell its extra power to outside buyers at the most desirable price and provide continuing value to its local customer owners. The Market Plus service launches in 2027. It's part of a transition to centralized energy markets taking place for utilities across the West. Membership will cost the Chelan PUD an estimated $430,000 to $500,000 a year. Coming up next, Representative Kim Schreier met with employees of the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council yesterday as the government shutdown continues. She gave insight into the healthcare argument at the center of the shutdown in tonight's feature story. Widespread rain and heavy mountain snow are expected this weekend. I'll have your local weather details coming up, as well as Eric Granstrom with a look at all the day's sports action as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after these messages.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or a relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa. Be sure to stop by this month and ask about a hot spring spa rebate. Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
When you enjoy Abby's Pizza at your place, close your eyes and you can taste old-fashioned values, classic pizza parlor decor, and generations of tradition. Recreate that magic. Open your eyes and head to abbys.com. With pickup and delivery options, no matter where you dine, Abby's just tastes better. Here's a good-looking pizza, guaranteed to bring some smiles. And right now, it's on sale, so it's good for your wallet too. This giant is loaded with toppings and can feed up to 6 people. Order at abbys.com. Give us a call or just drop by. Only at Abby's Legendary Pizza.
In tonight's feature story, U.S. Representative Kim Schreier met with employees of the Chelan-Douglas Community Action Council yesterday as the government shutdown continues. Schreier helped cut the ribbon on the new facility at 1700 North Wenatchee Avenue last year, but returned to discuss the impacts on food banks during this time. SNAP benefits or food stamps are facing a loss of federal funding come November 1st if the shutdown lingers into next month. Alan Walker, the nonprofit's director, sat down with Schreier to discuss how the loss of SNAP would strain their operation. In an interview with NCWLIFE News, Walker spoke about what he expects if SNAP goes away, and Schreier gave insight into the healthcare argument at the center of the shutdown.
We actually don't run the SNAP program through here. We support it and we promote it and we help people sign up for it, but we don't actually run the SNAP program through here. They actually take and purchase products from local grocery stores. So it's kind of a double hit, right? Now all of a sudden those grocery stores are not getting the business either from the SNAP benefit. So it's hitting on a couple of fronts. Obviously the biggest hit is to the families that aren't able to access that, but the other side of that is the local grocers that aren't going to be gaining that business as well.
SNAP is the first step, and it supports the local economy because it supports our local grocery stores. Food banks are supposed to be the backup. And so when these public programs fail, that's where you come in. And now you're going to be even more strained.
Yes. Yeah, so the 12,000 people that rely on SNAP benefits here in Chelan and Douglas County are on the verge of losing that completely. There's only so much food in the system that we get from, food that we purchase, and then also federal and state food assistance. But that's what we're preparing for, is just a spike in the number of people. Just mentioned COVID earlier. When COVID hit and a lot of people lost their jobs, we saw a huge increase in people visiting pantries. And I anticipate it will be a similar type of influx.
I would say healthcare is at the center of what we need in order to be able to jointly fund the government, that's going to be a bipartisan process. The reason these tax credits are so critical right now is that on November 1st, open enrollment starts. This is when people go online, they see how much their insurance will cost. And for the state on average, those prices are going up 70%. Out here, we're talking about they could double. And for many people, that becomes unaffordable. And so if people choose to roll the dice and say, I can't even afford health insurance this year with everything else costing so much, they will lose their health insurance. It will partially collapse our healthcare system. It will leave us poorer and sicker and them vulnerable. And they won't have a chance again to sign up for health insurance for another year. And so you cannot kick this can down the road. The time to deal with this was before September 30th, and every day that goes by puts people in more danger. Right now, we're looking at this shutdown, and this is a situation where Republicans control the White House, the House, the Senate, and it's on them to fund this government and get these SNAP benefits and WIC benefits, all these other benefits, and federal workers paid and the government functioning the way it should. What we're fighting for is healthcare, and in a 50-50 essentially election, parties need to come together, and that's what we're asking. Seat at the table, help people afford their health care, don't collapse our healthcare system, and make this government work. We'll do it together.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Wednesday. Not a bad weather day. We did see a mix of clouds and sun out there. Some dark clouds at times mid to late afternoon today as we look outside our weather window from our Orondo Rock camera, and it's looking back towards Wenatchee. You can see Turtle Rock right there. But yeah, we did have some of those low and mid-level clouds out there today. Temperatures, though, about normal or even slightly above normal in some locations. And as we take a look ahead, things will really begin to change as we get into Friday. Not so much for Thursday. Once again, we'll see some clouds out there with temperatures about normal for this time of year. But then by Friday, a large weather system moves in. We'll see increasing showers, also some breezy conditions on Friday. Saturday, more valley rain. Mountain snow will be significant as well, especially over Stevens Pass Saturday night into Sunday morning, and then that mountain snow will continue on Sunday, and we will see widespread valley rain as we work our way right through the weekend. And oh yeah, we're going to cool down quite a bit as well. We'll talk more about that coming up, but today right where we should be unofficially for this time of year. 57 our high. That's normal for this time of year. 72 our record high, and that was set back in 2003. We were at 39 this morning. 38 now is our normal low temperature. Our record low, 27, and that was set in 1984. Sunrise this morning right at 7:30, and it sets tonight at 5:59. All right, let's get you into Thursday's weather. Going to be a lot like today, as I mentioned earlier. Partly to mostly cloudy skies throughout the day. 61 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 60 for Quincy, Wenatchee, Eniat, Chelan, and Omak. Just a touch cooler at 59. Cashmere will see 59. Leavenworth, your high tomorrow, 58 degrees. Taking a look at tonight, we do have high pressure and this ridge still up and over the Pacific Northwest. It's holding off that large system I mentioned earlier. We'll see mostly cloudy skies tonight with overnight lows into the low 40s. As we get you into Thursday, we will see partly cloudy skies, just some of those high clouds I think out there. It's going to be a pretty nice day tomorrow with high temperatures right around that 60 degree mark, and then the bottom falls out as we get you into Friday. That ridge will move all the way over into the Midwest. A large trough of low pressure will form in the western U.S. That'll bring a lot of clouds in, and look at that wide area of showers on Friday. 80% chance of rain with high temperatures cooling back into the mid and upper 50s. And then for Saturday, cloudy skies, low pressure right in the corner of Washington State. That once again will bring a good flow of moisture our direction, and 80% chance of rain to kick off our weekend Saturday. Temperatures, we wish it was mid-80s. How about mid-50s for highs on Saturday? And then on Sunday, more clouds along a very, very strong westerly flow. Maybe even some snow in the Cascades. As we mentioned on Sunday, mountain snow a definite possibility. We'll cool down for Sunday as well with high temperatures only in the low 50s for high temperatures. And then as we get you into the next work week on Monday, things will settle down a little bit. High pressure in the southwest corner of Washington will create another ridge of high pressure over us, and that'll bring some nice weather for Tuesday. Mostly cloudy, but we will be cooler with high temperatures Tuesday only near 50 degrees. All right, your 7-day forecast now, and it's brought to you by Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. Once again, a chilly overnight low tonight, but not as chilly as we've seen. 42 overnight, 60 tomorrow. It's going to be a decent day for Thursday, and then that period, Friday, Saturday into Sunday, cloudy skies throughout that weather period, and a slow cool down as well. 58 Friday, cooling to 52 by Sunday. Rain likely both Friday and Saturday, about a 50-50 chance for rain on Sunday. And then next week, a mix of partly to mostly cloudy skies and cool. 53 your high Monday and 51 the high temperature on Tuesday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
You won't be voting for Congress or the presidency this year, but local elections are the place where your voice can make the most difference. Wenatchee Valley candidates are lining up to serve on city councils and school boards on both sides of the Columbia River. NCWLIFE put all of them in the hot seat so you can find the ones who represent you the best. Watch our interviews at these times and dates right here on our channel or anytime online at ncwlife.com. You're watching the NCWLIFE channel. Your vote matters to us.
Happy Wednesday to you. Let's see, the Mariners are done. Seahawks are on a bye. College football's not till the weekend. What do we talk? Oh, let's talk about hockey. Seattle Kraken lost for the second straight time last night, this time at Washington. Capitals raced out to a 3-0 lead before Seattle could get off the ice. Finally, Jaden Swartz scored the Kraken's lone goal. Matt Murray made his debut in net at goalie, stopped 30 of 33 shots on net. Seattle continues its 6-game road trip. That'll be tomorrow in Winnipeg. They'll drop the puck at 5 o'clock, and that is on Kong TV. The Wenatchee girls soccer team bounced back from their first Big Nine conference loss in 2 years last night with a home field win. The Panthers scored 2 goals late in the first half and extended the lead to 4-0 in the second half before Moses Lake could finally get on the board in the closing moments. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wiesen had the call here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Gross Didier, leaving Thornberry behind. Gross Didier, shot across. Good call. The shot across the ball. Oh, go, 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 go! Go for the Wenatchee Panthers.
Annie Denimore redirecting that ball into the back of the net for the Panthers to give them a 1-0 lead. Setting up for the corner for the Panthers.
There's the header. What a beaut. What a beaut. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a beautiful, beautiful header that time.
Got drawn up really well. The keeper followed the player out of the goal. I didn't see which player it was, but it was posted up right in front of the keeper. And as that ball was coming in, that player stepped away from the goal, and the keeper followed that player as if it were a field player.
On the free kick. No wonder she was complaining. There's a shot inside the box, and the upright says no of the shot by Rebellia. There's the shot. A couple of bounces. The shot. Oh my goodness, left-footed effort. Now pushing it upfield. Off to the races, leaving pass 1, trying for 2. Leaving a gap for the left-footed touch. Go, 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 go!
Number 8, Finley Smith.
Just one of those balls.
Smith.
Just one of those shots that, you know, it comes in and it deceiving. It was moving away from the keeper, but bouncing, and it just really difficult to judge if you're a keeper.
Threading the needle, good combination. Garcia, Gordidia, the shot, and that one sails over the crossbar. A good combination inside the box, the shot, and the upright says no. What an opportunity for Wenatchee. It looked like it was Miss Eastman trying for her first goal of the night, but the upright says no. Inside the box, good opportunity. Eastman, the shot. Eastman, golazo! Eastman for the Wenatchee Panthers. 15 minutes 32 left in regulation, and Wenatchee begins to run away with this one, Matt Wisen.
That was a great shot. I mean, Mosley got caught a little ball watching there. I mean, Eastman came pretty open and was able to put a nice shot, but she really found that corner that, I mean, I'm not sure anybody's making that save. They have a good feeling for where the attackers are.
Good opportunity for Moses Lake. Share the shot, and that one sails in. Camry Char for the Moses Lake Mavericks. They bounced back quite well from their lone defeat so far. They lost to West Valley 1-0, and there's the whistle that makes it official. Wenatchee 4, Moses Lake 1.
After the game, Sebastian caught up with junior midfielder Berkeley Bowles, junior forward Logan Grostidier, and coach Ashton Kirkpatrick.
No, yeah, we really wanted this game. We had a tough loss the other day, and we really needed to push for the win. And last time we played Moses, it was a tie to PKs, and I think that really drove us. We cannot let this game go to PKs, and we want to destroy every team in the league.
After coming back from that loss was kind of put us in a spot, but just coming out with a win really helps us throughout the rest of the season. I would say keeping that motivation going into the next couple games against Ike and Eastmont.
Coming off of a loss last week, that was our biggest fear and biggest goal at the same time, is that was a downhill slide. I think the 4 days of just pure sprinting last week woke them up a little bit in response to losing. I really tried to show them how bad practices are if you lose. So they woke up. They did not like that running. But ultimately that's our true selves. We're back to our normal. I think unfortunately took a loss to get that kind of drive, that grit out of them, but that's what we've been seeing in the second half or the last 5 minutes of all the games we've been playing all season.
Wenatchee improved to 8-1 in the Big Nine with the win, while Moses Lake dropped to 4th place in the conference at 6-4. Eastmont kept pace with a 4-0 win over Davis. Ephrata shut out Grandview 1-0. Kashmir awarded a forfeit win over County Benton because the Bears have so many injuries they couldn't field a team. Cascade blanked Chelan 5-0. Omak beat Bridgeport 6-1. Okanagan topped Pateros 1-0. Liberty Bell got by Oroville 5-1. Brewster mauled Manson 5-0. Tonasket took down Lake Roosevelt by a final of 5-0. Wenatchee volleyball team remained unbeaten in Big Nine play with a road win at Moses Lake last night. Panthers topped the Mavericks in straight sets 25-11, 14-12. Davis swept Eastmont. Toppenish cruised by Cascade 3-0. Prosser swept Quincy. Grandview swept Ephrata. Kashmir swept County Benton. Chelan beat Manson 3-1. Liberty Bell edged Omak 3-2. Brewster had a battle but beat Okanagan 3-2. Tonasket swept Lake Roosevelt. Soap Lake down Moses Lake Christian. Pateros beat Wilson Creek. Waterville Mansfield was a winner, downing Entiat 3-1. Well, the Wenatchee Panthers will try to accomplish something they haven't done since 2019 on Friday. That's win 3 games in a row. That was also the last season Wenatchee played at the state playoffs, falling to Kennedy Catholic in the first round. Panthers are coming off wins over West Valley and Davis and will host Sunnyside for a homecoming Friday at Lieboftel Field of the Apple Bowl. In fact, Wenatchee hasn't beaten the Grizzlies since that 2019 season. So there's plenty to play for and plenty on the line when the two teams meet. NCWLIFE will have live coverage. Join Grant Olson and Brandon Harley for the play-by-play beginning with the pregame at 6:30 on Friday night. That's Check of Sports News. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Have a happy Wednesday.
And that will do it for this Wednesday edition of the NCWLIFE Evening News. Remember, if you see news happening, let us know. Email your news tips to news@ncwlife.com or just give us a call at 888-6295. Our channel is also now available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.
BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 14. Join your host Mike Mitchell and his special guests as they explore some of the most exciting fisheries BC has to offer. BC Outdoors Sport Fishing TV. Check your listings for airtime.